All right, so this video is going to cover finding the area of an oblique triangle. In order to do this, we have two different processes or two different sets of formulas that we're going to be able to use. The first is used when we are given two sides along with the included angle. And then the second set of formulas is used when we are given the three sides, A, B, and C. So you can think of this as the side, side, side scenario versus the side, angle, side scenario. Let's talk about this first formula. We've actually seen this earlier on this year. This was the one where I had to give you the included angle and you needed to know these sides. So if I told you the side lengths of A and B, if you knew the angle that fell between them, then you can use this formula and you plug in your angle measure there. A and B are interchangeable. You could know B and C and then angle A here and still use that formula. So it just depends on what you're given. The second set of formulas is the totally new one. You're going to find this S value first. This will be your first step by plugging in 1/2 times the sum of all three of your sides. And then you'll take that S value and plug it into this formula along with all three of your sides. Essentially, it's a lot of plugging and chugging. So let's give this a whirl. First example here, we're given two sides and an angle. This is probably going to be a side angle side scenario. I draw a quick picture with an ABC triangle. 22 degrees is there, 8 would be here, 4 would be there, and it definitely is side angle side, which means we're going to use that first formula. So I'm going to say the area is 1/2 4 times 8 times the sine of 22 degrees. Put that all into my calculator. Times 4 times 8 times the sine of 22. And we are going to round our final answers to 1 decimal place, or to the 10th place, to 1 decimal place. And on this one, I would look at the 9. That's the place I'm normally going to keep. Look next to it. That 9 is going to bump that 9 up to 10, so that'll bump this overall up to an area of 6. And if I knew units, like if I knew these were 4 feet and 8 feet, I could say feet squared or just units squared, since we do not know what distances we've measured here. All right, next example, I've given you the 3 sides to our triangle here. So we're going to use the side, side, side scenario. First thing I need to do is find the S value. So this is 1/2 times the sum of all 3 of my sides. So I throw that into my calculator. And I get 39.5, and I'm going to use that whole S value. And then I'm going to be plugging into this second formula to find my area. So I'm going to say my area is the square root of 39.5 times 39.5 minus A, 17, 39.5 minus B, 27, and 39.5 minus C, which is 35. Got the square root of that whole big old thing. You can type these into 4 chunks and then multiply all those together, or type the whole thing with a nice large set of parentheses there. So 39.5 times 39.5 minus 17, close my parentheses. 39.5 minus 27, close my parentheses. 39.5 minus 35. Close my parentheses, and keep an eye out. Some calculators at the beginning of your square root, some variations will open a set of parentheses here, so you might want to close it at the end just to say it's all under that square root. But if I go ahead and hit enter, I get 223.58 and so on. I'm going to keep this place, so I'll look next door. 8 is going to bump the 5 up to 6, so I'll say 223.6. And again, I don't know whether these are feet or meters, so I'll just say units squared. All right, last example is just kind of a variation on this. It gives us more of a scenario here. We're told that a triangular plot of land has these 3 different side lengths. This is going to be a side, side, side scenario. So I can try the same process. I did above. If you want to pause the video here and try writing down the formulas before you watch me do it, that might not be a bad idea to see if you know what you're doing. Alright, I got 31.78, and I'm going to use that whole S value so that I don't lose any accuracy until I have to round at the end. And then set up my area. 7/8. -24. 6. Big old formula. Type that whole thing in here. Alright, I got 185.39. I'm going to look at the 9. That's going to bump the 3 up to 4. And on this one, we did have units given, so I'm going to have square feet for my answer. Alright, so that brings us to the end of our notes. Now you should be able to try the problems on worksheet 5. There are 4 problems there with the various different formulas to try there. So give that a whirl, and then you can check your answers after that. Good luck.